Hey guys, Mr. Little Kid here, and this is the third episode of the Bulldogs Career Mode show. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it in the title. I probably won't. It's probably just say episode 3 or whatever. But there's a little bit of an issue. It'll be addressed later on in this. I won't explain it right now. I'll wait till it gets there. But got a game here against the Titans. It's at Skilled Stadium. Skilled Stadium? I think Skilled Stadium. Been there twice, haven't seen any games, but I've just been outside. So I should know what it's called, but just can't remember. We see a pretty shit kick there, I think it was by Keating. Still no Barber as of now. All right here, we see a really good tackle there. They went so close. But nothing really happened. I believe this is the second half, and it's still 0-0, and we're getting close to the point where there's a little bit of an issue. You see Kevin Gordon just breaks through. Pretty poor attempt at tackle. But we get an intercept right there through Sam Perrott. Nearly ran over the sideline. That's the thing I don't like about getting intercepts when you get it, especially on the other camera angle where you're behind them. When you get an intercept and they change it around, it's hard to get a runaway because you end up running over the sideline or getting tackled, like running backwards. But as you can see on the screen, it says files are lost due to my USB failing, and that's the reason I don't have the rest of that footage. And I've lost all footage up to round 9, which is against the Eels, because I did it all in one playthrough, which is very annoying to say the least. He missed Ben Barber's return, as he's already returned. Also James Graham. I think this might be James Graham's return, but Barber returned about round 6, I believe, something like that. And I think we're in 7th spot going into this game. And as you see, Barber's back. I think Barber had pretty good stats. I think he was already like the top kick return or whatever. There's him there. You can definitely tell Barber. They did pretty well on his model for this game, and this was all done before he was like Dally M Player of the Year. So credit to them. It's the makers of the game. It's supposed to be a cut-up pass. The thing I don't like about this game, intercepts happen way too often. We saw in the last game that I played. Got through with Sam Perrott, got an intercept. But if you throw a cut-up ball near the line, the player will automatically charge at the ball. I've seen in real life when they throw a cut-up ball, you don't charge at the ball. Usually they'll go at the player, they won't go at the ball. But on this game, they're going to intercept every time we throw it near them, which is quite annoying. And the players don't stand deep enough, which is really annoying. They usually overrun you. I know it's realistic, but I'm finding way too often that I've got a play going and then they'll all overrun me, because if you usually, as you saw there, you pass to the first guy and the rest of them run past you. Fortunately enough, then, even though they ran past in the last tackle, they all would have been offside. The ball got deflected and went back to Hogginson, who nearly went over himself. So very fortunate for us, but I think Hesiano put over Inu. So I didn't mention that Eels kicked the field goal for half time, so if you didn't know for some reason, it's now 7-6. But another turnover early. I didn't show it, but some pretty shitty handling. Put us on the back foot, and they went and scored through Fui, I think it was. Just steamrolled our defence. You saw here Ben Barber split the fence over, and then Laffey should have scored there. He came very close. And then Tony Williams, there is an intercept pass. I know it's Ben Roberts adding insult to injury. To be fair though, I really like Ben Roberts. I thought he was an awesome player. When he was on, he was unstoppable. Still remember him destroying Darren Lockyer. But didn't have a very good reputation within Bulldogs for some reason. He did have the I'm not going to say odd brain explosion, because he did do it quite often. And he does it now for Parramatta, but I don't think this is the main reason that Parramatta do shit, or did shit, and especially when Bulldogs did shit in 2010. I don't think that was the reason that they did bad. Ben Roberts, he didn't even play most of that season, and when he did play, that's when we're on form. So might get a little bit of hate for that, but I thought Ben Roberts was a decent enough player. I believe probably without a contract. So if Bulldogs want to throw him a lifeline on base, like minimum wage or something, I'll welcome it. Former New Zealand international, but we lost 17-6 to what's it called, Eels. It's quite disappointing as their rivals, but off the kickoff, we do pretty well here. We've got a whole play here. We see Barber, he's going to run through straight under the post. We'll go 6-0 up, but that will send off the back of, I think Barber received the kick from the kickoff, step one play, and he threw it to the ground, but we reclaimed it, and then obviously he went through and we scored the next play. It's pretty much from the kickoff we went and scored, and then Barber again steps one, pushes one off, reaches for the line, misses, everybody just runs past. Look at Dwyer, yeah, that's his name. And then obviously nobody had the legs, as you can see, nobody's gaining on him. Closest for Frank Pritchard, and I'm not sure who the other person was, but Christian Innie was close enough. He probably could have caught him, but Stemmen got the best of him, and unfortunately he couldn't catch him, which is quite annoying. So at half time we went a 6-all. I really thought that we deserved to be up by at least 10 points, to be honest. So to go from possibly having a 10 to 12 point lead slash down to a 6-all, which is quite annoying. We see Tim Leffi making up for his error just then. He went close earlier when Barber, no, sorry, not Barber. What am I talking about? I'm thinking of the Parramatta game. But he threw the ball way too early just then. Steve Turner got tackled, but he made up for it and scored himself. But that was the last throw they dice for the Titans. As I mentioned, I didn't mention this, but this is for the return play from, or the return game from earlier. Let's play at Suncorp Stadium, as Bulldogs usually take a game up to do it to Brisbane, to a double header, and they replicated on this pretty well, even though it's at daytime. But we do win that game, 10-6. We held them off. So that was the last row of the dice earlier, and I'm not sure who made the tackle. I think maybe Hodkinson or someone. I don't know, but it's a great tackle nonetheless. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it with that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, enjoyed it, like the video, and subscribe.